Welcome to my channel. My name is Shelley. Every season, Harold and I work together to decorate our home. Our signature colors are pink, gold, green, and creamy whites, but every now and again, we branch out to include the traditional colors of the seasons. Come along with us each week as we showcase our labor of love in our unique maximalist style. Thanksgiving in Canada is this upcoming weekend. It's always the second Monday in October. And, I just love having the family over for Thanksgiving dinner, even though I'm not a great cook. But it's a great time to get people together to celebrate family and friends, and this year is no exception. So come on, let's take a look at our traditional Thanksgiving tablescape. If you recall, when I began the fall series, I said my goal this fall was to spend as little as possible and to add as little as possible to our fall decor. Well, when I set the table, I always find things that I just feel I have to have. But the vast majority of what you're going to see are things that I have owned for years and years. So let's begin by taking a look at what I'm doing with the place settings. So I began with this really pretty tablecloth. Now this tablecloth is new. I just thought it was pretty for a traditional fall. It's got the soft oranges in it and the soft greens that I love so very, very much. I then took these inexpensive placemats. I bought these last year actually, these little leaf placemats at HomeSense, and I just love them. They're easy to wipe down and they're just perfect for a traditional fall tablescape. Then I pulled out my orange chargers, and I'm sure many of you are thinking, she owns orange chargers. And yes, I've owned these orange chargers for a number of years. I placed that on the placemat, and then you know how I love to use my non-stick rounds that I just buy, the strips of them at Dollarama and cut them into rounds, and that's so that the plates don't move around when people are actually eating. I've added in a knife rest because, again, if you've been watching me, you know that I love knife rests. And then I pulled out and polished my gold flatware. I said to Harold when I was doing it, how many years has it been since I actually used this? This was actually purchased, oh my goodness, I think it was like 1981. They do have to be polished, which is why I don't tend to use them that often. But I'm so glad I pulled them out because they are so pretty. These were purchased this year, and these are the Ray Dunn coasters. And you know what, I just thought they were so pretty in this soft green because they work so beautifully with the fall dinnerware that, again, I've owned this for probably 15 years. Purchased at HomeSense all those years ago. Just adore it. They're from Portugal. And so I have a dinner plate, a salad plate, and then take a look at these napkins that I just popped into napkin rings. I tend to like the bow style because it's girly. And these napkin rings, again, I've probably owned those for 25 years. Then I take the glassware that I purchased, I think about 3 years ago from Pier 1. I bought them after Thanksgiving on a sale, and they didn't have 8 of what I was looking for. So I decided, 4 of each works perfectly. So that easily goes down. And then, I must always have place cards. I mean, my family actually does know where to sit, but nonetheless, they love it when they have a place card with their name on it. So they have a place card, and you'll notice that I have switched some things up. We're going to have a couple of the grandchildren sitting at the table with us, and they actually have these really cute little pumpkin place card holders, and these are from Dollarama in Canada. Again, I think I purchased them a couple of years ago, and I just keep stuff like this in my stash. When I was setting the table, I knew that I wanted it to really make the centerpiece pop. So I pulled out a vase that I have used on a number of occasions. You've seen this, you've seen me use it for pretty much every season. And I used florals I already had, and then bought 3 of these beautiful orange ones from HomeSense, just to bring the orange, the soft orange, into this piece. And of course, the other pieces that are new are these Rae Dunn pumpkins. Now, I don't tend to own a lot of Rae Dunn. As a matter of fact, I own almost nothing. But when I walked into HomeSense earlier this fall and saw this beautiful orange with iridescence and this beautiful white with iridescence with the words fall and home on it, I knew I had to have them because I knew that they would make this tablescape just pop. Now, I'm going to step away just for a second, and I'm going to add another element into this tablescape. But before I do, I think I should probably show you what I'm using. I bought these at Michael's this year, and they're so pretty because there's an iridescence to these string lights that I thought would be perfect with the rest of my table. And then these little pumpkin lights are from Dollarama. Again, thought they would be perfect. And I may be adding in this berry garland from the Dollar Tree. So give me a second and I'll get it all set up. Let me just add in the little individual salt and pepper shakers, because again, that's what I like to do for, in this case, every 2 people will share an individual salt and pepper shaker that's right by their place setting. So as you can see, what I've done here is I've just added in that little bit of whimsy and movement. And I haven't wound stuff through the flowers because for dinner, I will actually pop this out. I will put in a low set of candles so that everybody can see each other around the table. But this is what will greet our family and friends for Thanksgiving. Now, I haven't quite got the children's table set yet. That will be set for Tennyson and Ayla closer to the day, but I will add that footage on to the end of the video because, you know, they like to have their own little place. They just chatter away and they have a great time together. And of course, the 2 babies will be joining the adults at the table because they really do need to be supervised while they are eating. At the end of the day, I know that we're going to have a wonderful time with our family and friends. And for all of my Canadian viewers, happy Thanksgiving. And for all of my viewers from the United States and around the world, however you are celebrating this upcoming weekend, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I hope that this gives you all some inspiration for your Thanksgiving or celebratory tablescape. Until we see each other again next week, and next week you will see our fall and Halloween home tour. Bye-bye. As you are taking a close-up peek at our Thanksgiving tablescape, I hope that if you enjoyed this video, you take the opportunity to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, because if you don't already know, that's what helps keep our channel going on the YouTube algorithm. If you are also so inclined, I would appreciate if you would share this video with people who love to entertain and with people who love to decorate their homes as much as we do. Leaving me a comment also lets me know what you think of this tablescape and what you think of what we are doing for fall 2021. I know most of you are not used to seeing me decorate with colors other than my traditional pinks and golds and soft creams and greens, but I must admit I've had quite a kick out of adding these traditional fall colors to our tablescape. Now make sure you stick around so you can see the children's table. As you take a peek at our children's table for Thanksgiving, I'd like to wish my friend Sandy a very happy birthday.